Hey guys, what about Ameobi here? We're gonna play Club Charlevoix, Jeepers, Quebec, by Arctic Fury. Arctic Fury is exceptionally well known in the TGCTours and PGA Tour 2K23 community. He is the guy that creates the best environments in the game. There's no question about it. And I don't think I'd get any argument from anybody about that. That's how he rolls. That's what he does. That's his strength. He drops a course, people run to play it because they know it's going to be an amazing looking course. Where as a player, I've always had a little bit of issues with his courses is that the playability hasn't always been fantastic. And I liken that to, you know, there's really great designers, there's really great designing a really strategic test and it plays really well. And then other people who are really great at the environments, and very rarely do you get somebody who's great at both of them. And so I think Arctic's strength is just more in the environments, right? But I also have noticed that over time he's been getting better at the playability too. So that's awesome. Having said all that, Arctic Fury's courses are massively popular and needs to keep doing what he does. So it doesn't really matter what I think. Looks like we're playing in the fall here. 3-wood doesn't look like it makes any sense because it's really tight there, so we're going to be pitching, I guess. So, I don't... How would I design this hole differently? I don't know. Like, it makes it as a very obvious driver off the tee instead of hitting 3-wood. And now I'm left with a fairly straightforward pitch if I can actually hit a pitch, which is always a problem for me. I think I would maybe, I don't know, would I do it the other way around and make driver be, you know, narrower and kind of encourage the 3-wood more? Maybe. Just makes it a pretty straightforward hole when you can just hammer a driver up there, right? So that's all. And then we're gonna go downhill a whole bunch. I think this course is like 7,000 yards, just barely. So it's certainly not long. Okay, what are we doing here? I mean, I can go over that. Do I want to though? What's to the left? This is an OB? Ah, stupid bars. Guess that's a hazard of some kind, and because we can't create hazards in the game, it's just kind of nothing. Defense typically would suggest OB, but it's internal, so I'm glad it isn't. I'm just trying to work out what I should do here. I'm going to hit driver and see what happens. The wind was the wrong direction for this too. Yeah, we're going to go through the fairway. Oh, actually, no, we're going to get some help. Okay. And then we're going to hit a little... D-loft a wedge slightly. Or sandwich, I mean. Fast ever-living daylights out of it. For some reason, my wedge timing is terrible. Okay, we're on. I think on that one too, as long as I don't yank it into the crap left, if I hit it into the rough, I'm gonna have about the same club as I would have if I lay up with the 3-wood, right? So, yeah, is it the best way to have it? Like, is it being that far downhill a good thing? I don't know. I'm concerned a little bit that this course is going to be short overall. And it's short overall and it's going to play really short. Again, the environment's fantastic. I mean, it goes without saying. It's Arctic Fury. Right? Like, he just details like this are just outrageous. He nails it. He absolutely nails it. I don't know how he's able to figure this all out to do this, because it's just crazy what he's able to do, which is why so many people like it. So we got a short par 5 We're cutting off the fairway. Yeah, I get it because it's a short par 5, and if you let me just blast a driver down here, I'm gonna have nothing left to the green. But I would rather this be a par 4 then. And just open it up a little bit and make it a long par 4. I think that's a better hole than kind of a rinky-dink par 5. Pushed and slow. Whoops. If it lands on the fairway, we're good. Yeah, we're fine. We can get there. And yeah, you can hit 3-wood off the tee and still make it. False front in the front makes sense. Bunkers are a little aggressive in their sculpting, maybe. Green is interesting. I think this club ends up smacking into that false front and goes nowhere. Let's see. Oh, no, it got up there. It just goes out to the right on me. But 3-wood iron par 5? Yeah. Oh, it broke more out of the fringe. That to me, that's the problem with having a shorter par 5 like that. To me, that's a par 4 that you open it up a bit more. I don't think it's a par 5. Too short. And then we're getting defaulted to 3-wood a lot. 450-ish. We're cutting off the fairway again. I can't go over there. Okay. Driver goes through the fairway. Pretty sure. Uphill though. Maybe not. Oh, it does. I'm not a fan of fairways being cut off. As a general rule. There's times where it makes total sense. Is this one of those times? I don't know. We made a putt. Didn't see that often. And then a drivable 4. Ooh. Interesting. It's the right distance too, because I can't just mindlessly hammer a driver at it. This thing's gonna carry yeah. Carry all this crap's gotta go 290. It can't 3-wood then. It looks cool. I'm pretty sure if I'm playing a tournament here, or if I'm playing around I care about it all, I'm never going for this. I don't see how you ever stay on this green. And I think it's one of those ones where like 1 out of 10, I don't know, times maybe, you would have a really good result. But there's gonna be so many other times where you're rattling it off the rocks, you're in the water, you're in all these terrible places. I think you're gonna have too many big numbers to justify going for it, unless it's a match play hole or you're playing match play, but it's the 5th hole, right? That's the other thing. Why are we torpedoing our round on the 5th hole? So 7 iron off the tee, I think that was. To leave a pitch. I didn't want to leave a pitch. Interesting sloping in the fairway there that forced me down to this point. But yeah, I would like to see a little bit more incentive to try to go for this. I just, to me, and maybe I'm just looking at it as a, you know, I don't know, a bit of a kitty cat, but I just don't see what you gain going for this. Like, I don't see how you're ever going to have a putt for eagle. Like a good putt for eagle. Like, and maybe you land in the rough just right and you just fluke it. But I don't know. So then it ends up kind of being a bit of a boring hole. Right? Which the drivable par 4 should never be boring. Now, I wouldn't mind trying that again and actually going for it and seeing what happens, because maybe it is one where, you know, there's more available to you. You got a partial driver though. Yeah, I don't have that shot. Okay. Try and cut one back into the wind. I am curious how Arctic is able to have as much meter as he does. There's a joke in the community that he has some hack that gets him an extra X amount of meter because he just has so much more stuff on his course than other people do. Thought I pulled that. I mean, I did. I thought I pulled it to the point it was going to miss, though. All right, 412. Yeah, that's never driver. Driver's just introduced in the lake, I'm guessing that is, to the right into play. So never hitting driver there. Gotta go a little. Oh man, I thought that was gonna go better than that. Oh, a little funnel away. Don't mind that on a hole of this length at all. I like using the ground there as a hazard. Like the ball rolls away. So you didn't just put rough there. I think that's good. Club Charlevoix. I wonder where in Quebec this is meant to be. I don't know Quebec very well. Oh, this is a goofy par 5. No. No. I mean, you can't really go. There's not a fairway over here to go to the right. You get to this. The end of the fairway is 330. You got 145 if you get to the end of the fairway. So now this tree might be in our way. I don't love that it's there. People who watch me on this or on stream will know I can't stand trees and fairways, but I kind of get it here at the split fairway with the tree, I guess. Oh, no. Well, we're good. So the green makes it kind of more palatable as a par 5. Especially as we just chip it off the other side. It's just so tricked up though. Like this is a hole, and if this were real life, this happens all the time in real life. You end up without enough room, without enough land. So you make a goofy par 5. Because you can't make the hole long enough to make it a genuine par 5. And that's what we've done here. And I don't like it. I mean, it happens in real life. I get it. Don't love it in real life, but I understand it. I don't like it in the game because you don't have land constraints in the game. Unless you've just, you know, kind of routed yourself into one, right? But in theory, you have plenty of land to create as long a hole as you want. So I don't like when you make a good, and I hate them in real life. Well, I don't want to play them in a game. Overall, fairways are pretty narrow. Just fine. There's a lot of, like, here. No, never mind. I thought it was going to bounce right for me. A lot of elevation. I'm screwed now. Because this is going right. And there's a tree there. Back? Oh, you bastard. I guess we did make birdie. That was a par 37. Huh. And then we're starting with a par 3 on the back. Little bitty par 3. I like little bitty par 3s. Like the details here are just amazing. Really cool view. If this hits that tree, I'll be upset. It was close. It feels a little crowded, I think, overall. I haven't played this I played 2 rounds yesterday playing in Victor's Dam Society, which is on pro. Before that, I couldn't tell you the last time I played this game. It's been weeks, and I'm still, 7 under through 10. So it's not a difficult course. It's so far downhill. That's in the crap. Cart path? Cart path? Not tree. Cart path. I said not tree. Okay. Well, this is an issue. If I had hit the fairway, I'm hitting 3-iron out of here. Hoping it gets over the crap and runs. Oh, it does. If I hit the fairway again, it's just very short. Like, feel free to have a... Yeah, we're on. We've hit it in the crap. We're on the 2. Feel free to have a 580-yard par 5 that isn't aided with a 187-foot downhill tee shot. Or downhill slope, right? It's just very, the whole thing's constricted. It's a short course that's narrow, and yeah, it's not my favorite style. That's all. Partly because I'm known to spray the driver around. But you can certainly recover. Can't complain about that. There's something about that tee shot, the way the tee in front sat was a little odd. But we're going uphill, so it makes sense. Now, don't end up on the side of a hill here. Okay. Ooh. Oh, too much spin. It's a cool looking green site. And again, it matches the shot coming in. You're hitting a sand wedge, so you got to be precise. Oh, good. And then we're drivable here. Oh, I like the idea of this. Damn, driver's gonna be too much though. But it looks like you can run it in from the right. I mean, you could just blast it over everything if you so chose. But it looks like you can run it in from the right, which could be a lot of fun. It's gonna carry too far. Damn. De-lofted a bit, see if that helps. No. No, it doesn't. Bye-bye. No. Well then. No. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Okay. I just have the wrong club. Victor's little Fisher-Price driver would have been perfect there. Either that or I just have to learn how to hit a partial driver. I like the idea of the hole. I wouldn't mind playing it again to see how you're actually supposed to play it. Because how I played it is not how you're supposed to play it. I like the idea though. It's a really cool idea. A lot of waterfalls. Like Arctic's courses are like the environments are more fantasy based. I think in a good way for him. Like I think he's creating that environment on purpose. I don't think he's trying to say necessarily that this course could exist in like somewhere, or maybe it's just kind of an exaggerated version of it. But I think he is trying to create that, you know, amazing environment, and yeah, realism we're maybe not quite as worried about, which is fine. It's a game. So I'm good with that. Another, like, I would love to see a hole of this length flat-ish, like not 100 feet down, and then not as pinched. It's just a driver and an iron. And then I think the second shot needs a little more. Green, I mean, green being the way it is good. But I don't see a layup here. Like, I don't see when you're laying up. I think if you hit it in the crop, you're going to take your longest iron and smash it down there as best as you can, and you might get the roll and be okay. Now, being on this side of the ridge was not good. He's really used the greens as his defense on these par fives. Just fine. He's definitely thinking about it. Well, it's a par five. I gotta make it I gotta do something to this to make it tricky, right? Until I make it not just an auto birdie. But good. Good. Some of these fairways are just a little bit a little artificial. Again, it's, you know, I know what he's doing. He's basically saying, I don't want this to just be blast a driver down here, flip it on, and, you know, or potentially almost make it to the green. Little chip, birdie, thanks for coming out. Like, I get it. Oops. Chunk that. It's just... kind of makes it a bit boring because it's just layup, wedge. Like the hole plays itself, right? Kick it. Kick it. Okay. And part of the issue too for a lot of designers is the ball goes so far. It's so difficult to create a course that isn't like a lot of flip, like driver flip, without creating a lot of 500-yard par fours. So, which a lot of people don't want to do, and I get it. I knew I didn't play that. Yeah, people don't want to have 8,000-yard golf courses, right? You almost have to. And or there's a significant skill in creating a course that isn't massively long but is still challenging in a good way. It's an amazing skill to have. Very few have it. We're finishing on a par 3. Okay. He has. Look at this. Here's the level of detail that Arctic goes to. This is outrageous. What has he used for the lane marker? Is there some kind of yellow object that he's kind of sunk into the ground there to do that? Or because he can't just paint yellow. And then he's got a crosswalk here. No, sorry, that's a speed bump. He's put speed bumps on here. There's a bit of a leak happening. Oopsie. There's a crosswalk that, as you render in, kind of gets a bit wonky. But there's a crosswalk to the pub. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Another speed bump. And then the clubhouse. Like, just the detail is out. It's silly how much detail there is here. And how far out does he go with that? Yeah, far. He goes far enough. I mean, doing it at all is enough, but... And then what's this in the middle? Like, this is just... This is incredible. I normally do this before, but I wanted to play first. Yeah, like, who takes the time to figure out how to make lane markers on a road? And then put speed bumps in because it's a residential area. And a crosswalk. God. I guess I gotta hit a shot here, don't I? Try this. Boom. 10 under with a, essentially an OB. It's, you know, it's an Arctic Fury course. It's Arctic Fury to a T. Just unreal detail, like unreal attention to detail, unreal environments. It's what he does. Tons of land, like tons of elevation change. I can't think of a course he's had that doesn't have tons of elevation change. That's how he rolls. The golf is okay. I think the course overall would benefit from probably 400 yards more. I think the par 5s as a whole are too short. Even though you see in the back 605 and 573, they're way downhill. The 8th I really didn't like at all. So I think the par 5s are probably where I could see the golf itself be better. And it's a short, kind of tighter course. So you got to get your head around that. That's what you're playing, and that's what it is. But yeah, it's what he does, and it's what he should always do. Like I think that, oh yeah, these kinds of courses are, I mean, the community loves them, and for good reason. So go out and play it, give it a go. Let me know what you think. Hit like the comment, or hit like down there, helps the channel a ton. Subscribe if you're new, all that jazz. Leave a comment, let me know what you think of Arctic Fury courses, this one and others. What are your thoughts? Like them? Do you not like them? If you do like them, what do you like about them? Thanks for watching. We'll have another course soon.